We are a family of 6 living in southern Alberta, and this is how we plan to spend our money this month. Hey there, my name is Jerry. Welcome back to my channel. I talk about family budgeting, ways to save your money, and how to simplify your life. Today I'm going to show you my budget with the real numbers. Our family is made up of myself, my husband DJ, and our 4 children, ages 3, 8, 14, and 19. Here's how we're planning to make every dollar work for us in March. Okay, so I purchased this spreadsheet from Confident Coin this month. Yes, another spreadsheet, I know. But I'm pretty excited about it. So it starts off with your debt payments. And right now, the debt payment that we have is the MasterCard. At the beginning of March, it was $5,110. I've got the minimum payment there as $51, and the interest is 9.9. It has great interest on it, which is good. It already allots to you what your weekly payment could be if you just wanted to do the minimum every month, but we are definitely doing more than that. So the next one is the sinking funds, and sinking funds are here on the left. We allotted a goal for each sinking fund, as well as where we are for starting balance if we've done anything, starting date, goal date to have it done by, and then how many months. These two, the months and the weekly contribution, are done automatically for you. So again, that can do that if that is what you're interested in doing, in paying it by week. At the bottom here is your budget. So it has your regular bills on the left. We have mortgage, the day home, our accident insurance, internet, and the electrical. Those all come out at the beginning of the month between the 1st and the 15th. So I've separated them so I can keep track of those. And then below those are the insurance for the vehicle, the home, taxes, utilities for gas, balance insurance, life insurance, phones, the bank fee, and then our water fee, which we haul our own water, so that's why it's on the bottom. It's just kind of like when we need it, we haul it. I put the average payment in the right column next to it so that I just know what it is, and then I've totaled it at the bottom. Those weren't here in the spreadsheet, I just did that on my own so that I could keep it fresh in my mind. The next column is monthly spending. So these are things that are a bit more variable. We have groceries, household goods, which I am going to start separating out because I think that's going to be important going forward, trying to track my groceries. I should have done it in February, but I didn't. So groceries, household goods, shopping that we do, and those are kind of like unexpected purchases kind of things. Monthly charity subscriptions, yearly subscriptions, if there's any quarterly subscriptions. Gas is the fuel for our cars. We have child allowance, that's the money that we give to our children. Eating out, which I said in my last video, my goal was to get down to doing $100 a month. So right now I have it at 2 because I feel like we can probably hit 2. I'm just going to try and incrementally get better. My husband's allowance is at 2 as well, and then my allowance is at 50. I just don't go out as much, so I spend my money in other ways. Then there is babysitting for our kids. So this is like when our older kids babysit the younger kids. That's money for them. We have home maintenance and updates. When you own a house, there's just always something that needs to be fixed. The next category here is our tithing. I believe in the law of abundance. And so I believe by giving money back into our community through tithing, that money will come back to me tenfold. I truly believe that. So that's on there, and then a pharmacy one because those are just for medications or things like that. The last column here is savings. So our 3-month emergency fund, we have an automatic withdrawal of $300 that comes out every month. Thankfully we do, because otherwise it just gets forgotten. So that comes out, and then on our ESP, that has the older 2 kids' names in it. We have to put the younger 2 kids' names on it as well. So we're getting to that. The next column is the monthly tracker. This is where you would track your expenses. So I've got a few listed here. We're only on the 5th of March, so there are a few things already listed. The next one is the, she calls it the monthly bill calendar. I think this is great. I've added when things are due and when they get paid off, I check them off. I show where our pay dates are in green so that I can keep track a little bit easier of when things are. Let's make this a little smaller so you guys can see it all. I've added on the right, again, my total for like that week. So the first 2 days are the most expensive because our mortgage is on there. And then the next week is a little less. The middle week, the 2 middle weeks, well, the 3 remaining weeks are kind of average. And then I show how that breaks down, how we break down our bills for the month, where they are due on. We have spending money that comes out each month as $620. And that is for the things, if we go back here to this monthly spending column, that is for these spending items, like groceries, household goods, shopping. Then I skip down to gas, eating out, DJ's money, my money, babysitting, home maintenance, and pharmacy. The other ones are automatic withdrawals, so that's why they're not included in that. I've also shown the April calendar so that I know going ahead where things will hit, like especially our paydays, where those are going to be. Okay, so paycheck number 1. So I'm new to this. This is a new spreadsheet for me, so I'm just trying it out. And what I've done is I've taken our pay that we got at the end of February. And I don't know if this is exactly how it's supposed to be done, so there may be some modifying happening in the future. But at the end of February, my husband got paid on the 26th of February. I got paid on the 29th. And this also includes the pay that he gets for the farm. So with those 3 paychecks, we're here at $39.89. You can estimate your pay, and so that's why I've done this. Is kind of like our average pay is usually at $4,050, and sometimes it's different. Then this is one of the most important parts. You need to punch in your budget start date and end date. So you can double click on it. You can click on the day when you want to start or end. So I've made this paycheck start on his when he got paid on the 26th, and then it'll end on the 14th. Now, I have some expenses from the end of February that I haven't added to this spreadsheet that would probably be a good idea. I just haven't got it. And so it's a work in progress. We're going to see how it goes. You enter in your estimate for each of these columns. So that's what I've done. This paycheck will only have these first few bills, and then these following bills, I'm just going to delete this, it's out of the way. These following bills with the insurance and taxes and stuff, those will come out on the next page step. So that's why they are at 0. Monthly spending, I've divided in half, a little less than half actually, so that it would work with this paycheck, because this is going to be our most expensive time of the month when the mortgage comes out and everything. So having less money left over for spending is what's happening here. So I've estimated out what we have, and then it automatically will calculate the actual payments. So we picked up groceries on the 3rd, so the actual payment for that was $375. The actual payment for the household goods was $101. So it already knows that, as long as you were putting it into the money tracker part. So that's great. There is columns for sinking funds, debt payment, and emergency funds. All of these things, well, it has a MasterCard one, which I should probably add that here. That's going to put me over in my money left to budget, but it's okay. We're just experimenting. I did make that payment, so that has already been paid out. So I didn't have any other money left over for these other things. And that's fine. They'll come out on the end of the month. So just trying this out. This is all new to me. Okay, jumping over to the second pay period. I'm estimating that we will make $4,100 for this pay period, which I've put as March 15th to the 31st. That might change a little bit. I'm just going to go with it for now. My regular bills, so the first paycheck took care of the first few, and now the last few are taken care of with this second pay period. Monthly spending, here's the other half of the spending that is all divvied up between the different columns. Some of them don't have totals because nothing comes out. Like, I know I don't have any yearly subscriptions or quarterly subscriptions for the end of March, so I just don't have anything under those columns. And then we have sinking funds. So now I have some money left over for sinking funds. So my daughter needs a haircut. That's going to be here at the top. Once that's done, we'll probably be done with haircuts for this half of the year. So then I can save for the last half of the year. We're expecting to pay for some sports, the tumbling, the swimming, those are all coming up for this summer. So I want to start putting money away for those things. Friend parties, so that's like if our kids get invited to a birthday party. Vacations, those will all be coming up. Holidays are like the extra holidays. Actually, I should probably put in more money for holidays here because Easter is coming. So I am just going to switch that out. What am I off? This one needs to be 10. There we go. Easter's coming, so I've got some money in there for Easter. And then we've got Christmas. Saving for Christmas right now because we want to make it work. Their education and school fees, those are surprisingly a lot of money. So putting money away right now. We've got money for date nights. We need to have our heating vents cleaned, so there's money getting put into that. Money for clothing and shoes, and then just activities and events. So if our family wants to go somewhere, then we can have money for that. Okay, the second half of the month, I have our emergency money comes out, as well as the RESP. See, there's that 25. It showed up over here because I forgot to include it. So I'm going to take that off of our holidays. So we're left with 0. So there we go. So it gives us something to go off of, and hopefully we'll be able to stick to it. So Confident Coin includes 5 paychecks that you can divvy it up against. I'm just going to use 2 for now. I do have one called Bonus Paycheck. My husband gets paid every 2 weeks. So in the months of July and December, he gets that extra paycheck that at the end of those months. So there's that to look forward to. She also has Sinking Funds Summary. So this can give you a summary of where things are at. I don't know how much I'll actually use this because I also purchased from her cash envelopes, because what I wanted to start doing was envelope budgeting this month, and I wasn't sure how to do it, and I think that this can be the solution for how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to jump over there to that. So we have our cash envelope summary for March of 2024. So these should line up with my monthly tracker. I worked really hard on them yesterday trying to make sure everything lined up. I don't think it's perfect yet, but it's going to be a work in progress. I keep saying that, but it's true. Your budget is just never done. Okay, so here are the envelopes that I have. And some of these are going to be monthly. They'll be refilled monthly. So like these ones, grocery, household goods, shopping, monthly charity subscriptions, yearly and quarterly subscriptions, the gas for our vehicles, child allowance, eating out, both of our allowances, babysitting, and home maintenance and pharmacy. Yeah. So these top ones are all going to be ones that we refill every month. So their budgets are smaller, and some of them are already being used. So like household goods, that one's totally used up. That's why this visual is empty. Then at the end of the list here, we have vehicle maintenance, family birthdays, haircuts, sports, swimming, tumbling, friend parties, vacations, holidays, Christmas, our education school fees, heating, having our heating ducts cleaned, clothing, and shoes. Okay, and then I've put the total that I want to save into these categories. So this isn't money that's in the envelope. This is money that I want to save throughout the month. So these are my goal amounts. As I go through the month, what I'm going to do is jump over to the envelopes tab here, and I can fill in where I use money or where I'm saving money. So for the ones where I'm saving money, like these vehicle maintenance ones and stuff, okay, I feel a little bit like this is kind of backwards because I've got like a budget, but I don't have that money yet. So I need to put money in there first. So I'm not sure how I'm going to show it visually. You can, if I go to my envelopes and I go to the vehicle maintenance one, well, actually, it's probably easier if I use this little tab thing. So you can go here, you can click on this, and it takes you right to the right envelope. So here's vehicle maintenance. I want to have $1,000 in there. So let's say today, if I was able to put in if I put in brackets and I put $500, it will add that to my available balance. So I don't know if that's how that's supposed to be done, but that's how I'm gonna try tracking it so I can see where I'm at. I don't know. I feel like this spreadsheet's just missing something. I need it to show money that I put into it, but then also money that I take out of it, because we are going to have big expenses and then it'll be like, oh, $1,200 has to come out of it. Now we're left with $300. But it only shows the $700 being used, even though it was actually $1,200. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but that's what I'm going to try doing. So I've got these digital envelopes. I'm excited about them. I think that they will be good. Zoom out here so you can see all of them. I'm just gonna delete those. Doot. So they're all here on the same page. I've listed already some expenses that we already have. And then using these jump to tabs makes it that much easier to use the spreadsheet and not have to scroll around and try and find things. So for example, like this haircuts one, jump to that. Ta-da! Haircuts, there it is. Okay. And then I've just moved the start here. This is just her explanation of how to use the spreadsheet. And she also has a little YouTube tutorial on as well. So, okay. So that's it. This is how I'm planning on budgeting my money for the month of March. I'm hoping that this makes sense, and I'm hoping that it works. I know that budgeting with a physical budget would be probably a million times better, but like I said in my last video, we don't live in town. I don't go to the bank on a regular basis. Like, I don't even know when I was in the bank last. I guess I could use like a withdrawal machine, but then you're only getting 20s, so it's not totally helpful. And then I thought about making money, which I started. I actually cut up paper to make like pretend cash, but then I was like, I don't even know if I would use this. And I think this, although it might not be totally, maybe I don't have a total grasp of it, but I think that it'll be useful, at least in showing me where I'm at when we take money out. I'm logging into it every day. I've already logged into it for the last couple days and tracked our expenses and stuff. It's been so useful to see. My husband buys lunch every day, most days, or like drinks in the morning with the guys and stuff. So it's nice to see kind of where he's at with his budget, and then that way we both know. We both look at it too. We've been taking a financial planning course this year, and I'm excited to be on the same page as him. Lots of times I'm the one doing the budgeting. It's not that I'm a control freak. Maybe I am a control freak. I have a natural interest in money, and so I feel like I have a good grasp of what's happening. Not that he doesn't. He just isn't interested. He just is, whatever you say, honey. He's just like so easygoing and awesome. I wish you all could meet him. Maybe in a future video we'll do a DJ video. That'll be fun. Like, I firmly believe that a rising tide lifts all boats around it. And so that is what I want to be in this world. I want to be a rising tide that will help lift people. So I hope that this budget has been helpful for you, that you can see real numbers from a middle income family here in Canada, where everything is expensive. It's hard. Looking at your budget is super hard because you have to face demons. You have to face those bad habits and admit that, like, maybe you aren't as good at saving money as you thought you were. It's like me, I thought, you know. And also it can be a little bit sad when you feel like you're at the bottom and there's such a long way to get to the top or to get to where you want to be. So I just want to encourage you to focus on your journey. Your numbers might be totally different than mine. You might have other expenses that I don't have. You know, I just encourage, if you're on this journey and you are staring at a mountain of debt, just to start chipping away at it. Those little daily contributions, if you can save every day or even just every week a little bit, they do add up, even if it is kind of slow or slower than you want it to be. And then be open to making more money in different ways, and be open to saving money in new ways. Maybe you start cooking at home more, or maybe doing like a share ride or sharing a ride with somebody to or from work. Maybe you borrow something instead of buying it. You buy used. There's multiple ways that we can save money, and I'm trying to help by giving you inspiration and ideas of how you can save money. I don't want you to be in a position where you feel so frustrated by your situation. So I hope that this has been helpful. I wish I was more eloquent with words. I really do. And yeah, I hope this has been helpful. And if it has, please give the video a little like, and I will talk to you in the next video.